Partnered by Times Influence.
A forum that focuses on a very pertinent subject. India Health and Wellness Summit and Awards 2017 brought various stakeholders from the medical fraternity under one roof to discuss on the opportunities and challenges in the healthcare sector.
We want change, we want a positive change, but कैसे होगा change? Change वैसे जब हम लोगों को जोड़ेंगे, लोगों को aware करेंगे, तो ही change होगा. तो ये समिट जो है बहुत अच्छा माध्यम है लोगों को अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने का.
It is a good platform to introduce yourself, your views and your motivational programs, what you exactly want to do and what you want to give your society.
The fourth edition of India Health and Wellness Summit addressed growing challenges faced by the billion-plus population of our country in order to lead a healthy lifestyle. Showcasing their commitment towards the cause, the venue was converted into a pure air zone by Campville. After the lamp lighting ceremony, the summit kicked off with an invigorating inaugural session, followed by the annual launch of the India Health and Wellness magazine, Breakthroughs for Better Health.
We as an individual and the citizen of the city and the country also have our obligation and the role to play in terms of getting the problems which we are facing solved. And I believe that over the 4 sessions which we are going to organize today, we will be able to find out some of the solutions which can be taken forward by we as an individual and also the government and the policy maker and all those who are contributing to the good health. With these words, I again welcome all of you and look forward to have a wonderful evening today.
Talking today about the breakthroughs and innovations, perhaps somewhere unconsciously, we are looking for something big that can trigger a major change in the healthcare delivery system. In my opinion, innovations are definitely important and are much needed, but small initiatives as simple as inspiring people to keep our neighborhood clean or getting our children vaccinated on time can also work wonders. So I hope that across the rest of the summit, we will hear from those who are at the forefront of innovation and health and leave this evening with a sense of our country's health being in good hands.
Next in line was a session that talked about the importance and the right to clean air and the need to protect our breath of life.
Out of 365 days, there were only 3 days that we had clean, good air. And this was 362 days that we didn't have it. Most of the days it wasn't visible. It's only during a particular time of the year that it becomes visible, and therefore we kind of get really, really upset about it. We seem to have an advantage. Some 15 years ago, Delhi as a metropolis and India broadly writ, in Delhi being representative, that we began saying, you know what, automobiles cause pollution, and so therefore we need to both phase out old ones, we need to also look at cleaner fuels, we need to try and get a whole revolution in terms of CNG buses and stuff like that, and Delhi reaped a benefit. Where did that all go? Where is this trajectory going?
Well, that's a good question, Bobby, and thanks for asking this. This has been a very sensitive subject for the, particularly the clean air movement, the NGOs in Delhi. Did we really gain out of the CNG movement? That's very questionable.
So you're questioning whether we made any substantial gains with the CNG movement itself?
Absolutely, absolutely, I am. And if you look at the global picture, it's just that we embark on a path and without contemplating, without looking at success stories globally and without doing any pilot study, we just go all out for that. Even the EV narrative which is building up today.
EV being?
The electric vehicle narrative, which is building up today, are we really gaining anything out of that? If we compare the well-to-wheel emission today, we will actually be emitting more CO2 in the environment if we convert all vehicles to electric. Today, 68% of Indian electricity is obtained from fossil fuels. Coal, natural gas, all these are fossil fuels. So natural gas is, yes, a bit cleaner than coal, certainly a lot cleaner than coal, but again, 68% of natural gas 68% of electricity is sourced from fossil fuels, and so on a well-to-wheel emission basis, we are polluting more than we are doing
On
today.
a well-to-wheel emission basis, which means now the wheels may not be polluting, but the source head might be polluting an equal amount or perhaps more.
Absolutely. So we'll be probably cleaning up Delhi, Kanpur, cleaning up the top 10, 20 cities just a bit, and we'll be polluting the power-producing areas much more.
Korba might be down there, Talcher
Absolutely.
might be down there, Ramagunda might be a little bit more.
So we're just shifting the source. We're just shifting the problem. We're not actually trying to find a solution, a long-term solution towards this problem.
They have really covered all the subjects that need to be covered, which could be directly affecting a human body, whether it's food, water, air. So it's a superb platform, and with the people from the health industry also covering it up, I think it's wonderful platform.
For a healthy living, eating healthy food is a must, and the next session threw light on the importance of healthy food in order to lead a healthy life.
In this time, we've also seen that food has become highly processed. Industry has moved in a way that has transformed our basket or our plate that we have in front of us. Where it would be a long set of processes at home, now it's all done. You open the package, and then with a little bit more of effort, you've got, tada, a good meal. How is commerce, how is the market shaping the nutrition story in India?
I'll take a step back and try and answer that question. So if you look at the numbers, right, India is urbanizing.
India is urbanizing.
30% today, 50% the next 20 years, right? Double income couples are increasing by a massive rate, right? So you have in a family, husband and wife working, and you have one or two kids, and these are usually nuclear families. So as you urbanize, you have more double income families with kids. And the GDP is growing. We are getting a richer country, right? Every year, 6-7% growth of GDP. The next 10-15 years has been projected. So if you look at these three big macro trends, right? Urbanization is happening. You have double income kids as more and more women participate in the workforce. You have families that are getting richer. What is happening is people are moving more and more towards convenience due to a lack of time, right? Like you just pointed out right now, my mother would always cook at home, right? But me and my wife, both of us are working. We don't have that time. So what do? We go for convenience, right? So those are the trends that are actually driving the Indian consumer to move more and more towards packaged food. And this is a phenomenon we've seen not only in the cities, but also in tier 2 and tier 3 markets, where we are seeing a lot of Indian consumers are now looking at convenience at a little added value, right? As an example, I have a 5-year-old son at home. Those of you who have young kids will sympathize with me that it's very difficult. And behavior starts shaping up at the age of 3, right? 3, 4, and 5. And it's very difficult to actually rationalize with kids. So what do you do with them, right? How do you make sure they eat healthy? Because these are the habits you drill now will define their future. So things we do at home, little things, right? The way we manage things at home, the way we eat at home makes a big difference in the way the future generation of this country will eat. And that's not only packaged food, but also the food that most of us used to eat when we were younger.
Dr. Atul Kapoor from Regency Healthcare gave us a glimpse into the healthcare infrastructure and the need to work towards improving it.
Where is Indian healthcare? As I said, where is the country at the moment, Indian healthcare? What is the today scenario? There's a lot of skepticism against doctors, hospitals, medical fraternity. They say it's a money-minded business. Somebody says, they expect miracles. So they expect wonderful results in the hospital, but yet not basically realizing that when they really they needed treatment the most, they never came to the hospital. Now, difficult to evaluate value. This is what I said earlier. How to evaluate the value that what treatment we are giving, at what cost? Is it the same everywhere or is it different everywhere? The same knee replacement could cost X somewhere and a Y somewhere, But what is the difference in quality? Nobody can, basically specify. What is the solution? Either government should come up with those tertiary care centers, or the private players will go on increasing. Today, the healthcare is in the hands of private sector for 80%, 20% the government.
Dr. Shankar Narang of Paras Healthcare shared his views on prevention, early detection and timely management of diseases in his session on Pursuit of Health.
So how do we describe health? So if you go and Google it, you will get hundreds of different definitions, but in 1947 we got independence, and in 1948 WHO coined the definition for health. Both are separate events, nothing interrelated, but if we look at the WHO definition for health, it says a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So it encompasses a big, I would say, scope, which it talks about your physical, social and mental. We'll go slowly, gradually detail it a little bit more. So what's the biggest issue in hands now? This is some of the experts taken from the newspapers which we see, read. Delhi is India's asthma capital. Delhi pollution deaths up by 100% since 1991. Air quality in Delhi NCR improves to very poor as wind catches up. So what was it before wind was not blowing? So what are we missing? Or we ignoring all this information? So that's right now is the time to do some introspection. What is that? Let's look at that. Who's the culprit? So the slide says you, I differ, it's we. We are the culprits for this. Who has led us to this? It's we only, people. There's nobody else who has come from some other planet and did this to our earth, I would say that way. It's we only, we have moved it here.
Another interesting talk by the Waterman of India, Rajendra Singh, gave insights about the importance of clean water.
यदि हमें हेल्थ की चिंता करनी है तो सबसे पहले पानी की चिंता करनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि पानी से जीवन की शुरुआत होती है और जो पानी की जो उत्पादन करने का जो गुण है, जो वाटर की सेक्सोलॉजी है, उससे ये पूरी नेचर बनती है। पानी के उत्पादन के बिना, पानी से पैदा हुए बिना कोई इस दुनिया में, इस सृष्टि में, इस प्लेनेट पे जी नहीं सकता। इसलिए यदि हेल्थ की बात करनी है तो जरा मेहरबानी करके थोड़े दिन के लिए मेडिसिन को भूल जाइए। मेडिसिन जो है वो कंपनियों की दुकानदारी होती है। मित्रों, ये जो पानी है, इस पानी पर और इस ह्यूमैनिटी पर, इस नेचर पर और इस ह्यूमैनिटी पर सबसे बड़ा खतरा है ये जो हमारा डेवलपमेंट है। इस डेवलपमेंट ने जिस तरह का डेंजरस लैंडस्केप क्रिएट किया है, उस डेंजरस लैंडस्केप में एक हेल्दी लाइफ की कल्पना करना और तुम कुछ फूड की बात कर लोगे, कुछ पानी की बात कर लोगे, इससे कुछ स्वास्थ्य नहीं होता है। स्वास्थ्य का रिश्ता हमारे चारों तरफ जो भी कुछ है, जहां पर हम रहते हैं, उसमें हमारा दिमाग, हमारे अंदर की जो प्रवाह है, उस प्रवाह से रिश्ता रखता है। इसलिए हमें ये समझना होगा कि हम यदि इस धरती को, इस धरती की हेल्थ को ठीक रख दें तो हमारी हेल्थ ठीक हो जाएगी, और हमारी हेल्थ को ठीक करने का काम पानी और प्रकृति करती है।
इस समिट से कहीं ना कहीं कुछ चीज़ें सरकार क्या कर रही है वो लोगों को पता चलता है, और लोग जो वहाँ पर इतने लोग आए हुए हैं, अलग अलग हॉस्पिटल से अलग अलग तरीके के लोग जो आए हुए हैं, वो क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं, तो उन चीज़ों को यहाँ पर आके एक मिक्स में बात होगी और कुछ ना कुछ का रिजल्ट निकलेगा।
Stay tuned as we get you the India Health and Wellness Awards after the break. India Health and Wellness Summit and Awards acted as a catalyst to find answers to affordable and accessible healthcare solutions. The next session discussed the growing challenges in the healthcare domain.
I do agree that a lot has happened and there have been many sort of positives over the years. But when we look at the basic at the village level or PHC, sub-PHC level, we are looking at our, basics like provision of safe drinking water is not available. Our birth, maternal mortality rates are not up to the mark yet. Waterborne diseases not controlled. Things like TB or, even though there is an eradication program in place, somewhere the planning is there, the will is there, but I think in the execution we fall short. And
the planning is there, the intentions are there, the execution is falling short. Dr. Kumar, how do you counter that with what Dr. Kapoor?
No, there are, no, I'm not countering, but there are three issues which need to be addressed. One is, you rightly raised, equity. These indicators are averages, we made it. In averages, we are either made it to MDGs or very close to it. But we have not reached the unreached. And with the disease pattern changing, non-communicable disease is there. We need to shift the focus on those who are healthy, keep them healthy. We are only waiting for people to fall sick and we provide services. We need to move that focus. That is the second. Third, we need to do is look at health comes from outside health sector. Only 10% of health comes from medical care, which is health sector. 90% of it comes from outside. We need to look at how other sectors, we talked about air pollution in the first session, it's all coming from other sectors. Health bears only the brunt of it. Dengue, mosquitoes are being breeding in other sectors. We bear the brunt. So we need to engage other sectors. In this room, I am glad we have people who are talking of wellness, not only of sickness.
We are not talking about sickness. We are only talking about how to take care of sickness to get to wellness.
Yes. The other sectors need to be engaged. Health in all policies, Government of India has started, but we need to do a lot more in that.
I think the biggest issue right now, whether it's for cardiovascular diseases, whether it's for other NCD, like cancer or diabetes or, nephrology diseases, is basically whether it's accessible, that's one, and how are people actually paying for it? And I think that's the biggest question that is there in front of the people of India and the government of India. Who is going to pay for this healthcare? And this burden is going to increase with, rising disease burden, rising disposable incomes, lifestyle changes are coming in. Who is actually going to pay for our healthcare in the coming days?
With technology and innovation playing a key role in the healthcare sector, the next informatory session discussed how technology is changing the face of this sector.
Are we looking at technology as a crutch for the many things that healthcare delivery systems should actually be doing? Is it kind of a outsourcing to technology what really should be in the domain of good clinical practice?
The technology is an enabler. It's no matter, it's not replacing. It's actually the backbone of what things are happening. It will take away a lot of bottlenecks which we had. I'll give you an example right now how technology is affecting, So artificial intelligence, so there's a company known as HealthStap. It has come up with an app known as Dr. AI. It basically does it takes your symptoms, it looks at what is going to be a general physician, and it will going to advise you, that prescriptive advice that this is going to happen to you. In fact, technology is going so far ahead that there's a Chinese robot, an artificial intelligence robot known as Xiaoyi, pronouncing some maybe wrong. It is the first robot to pass a medical licensing exam. So, actually they are challenging the human limits of what you can probably not be. So earlier the technology was more on operational on digitizing things, on operational, on more record keeping, but now they are more on customer, on the front facing. How is it that they are more preventive? The wearable devices which we are using right now is more of preventive. So even Apple and IBM have actually tied up with the IBM Watson to figure out on real time that, you're walking, what is your blood pressure, what is your heart, so that it can be more preventive, so that you don't, as the earlier panelist said, you don't arrive at the hospital at the last point in time. You should be more preventive. And that's what technology is changing. It's actually making sure that you don't reach to that level also. So it's an enabler. It's no way replacing though.
So you haven't you given me the enabler. You haven't given me where the risk is.
So I guess one of the risks is that technology is not a copy-paste solution here. So for example, if in offices we can manage through video conferencing, if probably I have to reach a rural village, I cannot give the doctor's advice through a video conferencing alone. So as you rightly said, that you need certain healthcare providers at every level, and technology can add on to it. You cannot just simply say that, okay, you can book movie tickets today, so probably you can book appointments for doctors also today in the same way.
Arti Mehra, former Mayor, Municipal Corporation of Delhi, and Anbumani Ramadoss, former Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, brought to the table their vision for a healthy India in the session Health of the States with State Health Ministers.
Health definitely is a very essential, and health for all. I think it's right for every human being, and there are many, many, many challenges. And we need to work on that. We are working. I feel this is one big challenge in front of India, where a lot need to be achieved at the central level, at the state level, at the town and villages level.
A good healthcare is not just building fancy hospitals.
Right.
A good healthcare is preventing people from going to these hospitals.
Correct.
Absolutely. Prevention.
By providing clean water,
Prevention.
good environment, cleanliness, hygiene, sanitation.
The award for the Health Technology Brand of the Year goes to...
The event culminated into a gala award ceremony, an evening that celebrated and awarded the best in health and wellness. The first category is the Public Health Initiative of the Year non-profit organization, and the gold winner is Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan. Under the category of Public Health Initiative of the Year non-profit organization, the silver award goes to United Nations Development Programme. The next category is Public Health Initiative of the Year for profit organization, and the winner is Live Positive Dr. Reddy's Laboratories. Under the category Emerging Health Brand of the Year, and the award goes to V Health by Aetna. The next category is Health Innovation of the Year, and the winner is Max Bike Responder, Max Healthcare Institute. The Health Tech Brand of the Year goes to Source.com. And finally, the Health Icon of the Year award goes to none other than Mandira Bedi.
We have to take our health into our own hands. We have to take care of ourselves and our bodies as well. It was very nice to be in a room full of people who are the who's who of the healthcare industry, and winning an award in front of all of them.
A grand celebration of ideas, thoughts and healthy living, the 4th edition of India Health and Wellness Summit was testimony to the commitment of transforming India into a healthy nation.
Partnered by Times Influence.